Tip-off goes to the Lakers. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got LeBron James, Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Davis at the 4 spot.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Now here's Schroeder, covered by Lillard. Schroeder kicks to Davis. Here's LeBron. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Now here's Randall. His 3-pointers off the mark. And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressive in the summer league, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
And the shot is good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And here's Anthony from the arc. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. The Lakers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's Cook. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play, utter disregard for his own safety.
And his teammates still shaking their heads. You know what? He must have told them to be on the lookout for something special.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Schroeder. Again, Los Angeles.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. From 10 feet out, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Anthony with the block. Robinson with it. Now the pass to Randall. Outside Anthony. Launches a 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
The drive by James. And that one's good. Drummond.
Boy, for the Knicks last season, saying it was rough is an understatement. There was a lot of turbulence, and some of it was due to their defense. They just had a difficult time stringing together stops and cutting down opponents' scoring chances.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
Here's Caldwell Pope. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Robinson. Noel comes in for Randall. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Damian Lillard. And then for Los Angeles, Black's checked in for Drummond. And Brandon Bass subbed in for Anthony Davis. And Noel kicks to Rose. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Rose has got his first points in this one. Over the Knicks last season, Greg, the defensive problem for them, specifically how they defended against perimeter shots, and in particular the 3.
38%, Kevin, of the threes against them went in. That was by far the worst in the league, and it's a big reason why they would end the year with the worst margin of victory in the NBA. How about minus 9.3?
The Knicks making a switch here. Galloway's checked in. Anthony Early's checked in for Los Angeles. Damian Rudez comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Anthony dishes to Noel. Fires for 3, and Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Noel. And that's now 6 points for Carmelo Anthony. Lakers trail by 4. And here's Schroeder. Pass to Black. Kicks it to Rudez. He dishes it to Early. Pass to Black. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. No good from Rudez.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Schroeder with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. Schroeder passes to Early. Schroeder kicks to Bass. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
Now here's Anthony. 6 points for him. The feed to Rose. Launches a 3. Can't get it to go. The Lakers have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Rudez kicks to Early. Here's Black. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. It's all knotted up.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And Anthony gets it to go.
That's 2 straight quick 3-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bass. Takes it off the glass. Bass has got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Galloway. Off target with his 3. And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Knicks lead. And some tough time for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested in this franchise.
They pulled all the strings to get me here, and I wanted to be here. And yeah.
Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
And you know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
The roof is up right now, guys. It's raining in here. A lot of threes through the first.
Hey, sometimes when it rains, it pours, and they have not let up from beyond the arc.
So for the Lakers right now, Dennis Schroeder is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's LeBron James, and there's Davis, and it's Sacre in at the center, filling out the middle. 5 on the clock. Here's Schroeder. Got it from 16 feet. Schroeder's got his second bucket.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
James dishes to Sacre. Here's Caldwell-Pope. He's covered by Rose. And Caldwell-Pope gets the basket.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And it's Cook missing. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action.
New York's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Lillard from outside, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Davis kicks to LeBron. That's in there. Davis with the assist. 6 points for LeBron.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
That's good. Randall's got 5 now.
Go.
Lakers trail by 4. Schroeder kicks to James. Randall grabs the board.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
LeBron right side. Uses the glass to drop it in. LeBron's got 4 this quarter.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Connects from 3-point range. Now just a 2-point Knicks lead.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. LeBron James, by many surveys, and no surprise here, GA, the most popular athlete in America.
I mean, the highest paid player in the league. And you know what? He deserves it. This guy has really carried the mantra as the face of our game, as well as anybody. And I tell you what, people now are starting to acknowledge the guy also delivers when it matters.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And you know, for LeBron, he's blazed a trail as far as his business empire is concerned. He gave his childhood friends a chance to manage his affairs. Many thought it was a huge mistake, but he's doing quite well with the guys that he chose.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He wants them running a disciplined, organized offense with an emphasis on setting screens and creating open shots on the floor for their shooters. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Bass. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And for LeBron, he said he'd like to be a billionaire. It's his ambition to have an influence that goes beyond the game. And guys, he is certainly on his way.
And so Bass nails both of them.
And, you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with a broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
And last season, one of the most meaningful in Bass's career in terms of his contributions really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player, the outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
And he gets it to go. 14 points for Carmelo Anthony. Lakers trail by 6. Rudez kicks to Brown. Bass with the screen. Here's Early. Four on the clock to the left wing. Here's Rudez. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Cook. And again, it's New York.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Rudez kicks to Brown. Drummond the screen. Rudez passes to Early. The three. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Here's Cook. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Cook's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Knicks.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Early kicks to Brown. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Drummond the screen. Early dishes to Rudez. Puts it up from 12. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Rudez has got 4 points this quarter. Galloway can't get it to go. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Knicks up by 4. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Their defense is getting flat out embarrassed. Embarrassed, however you say it, Ernie. I realized they had to deal with a team who was red hot most of the first half, but that's an excuse. You know what? They got to be aggressive. They got to step up on that D. They got to prevent that. They need more effort, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
And what a game for the eraser. 19 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
New York leading by 4.
Hey guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Anthony out there with Julius Randle. And it's the eraser. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Robinson in at the 5 down low. That's Derek Fisher's 5 as we get going into the second half. Davis drives in. The Knicks shooting a scorching 68% in the game. Here's Lillard, and they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person. Clark stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
Davis, the basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers club on that pump fake.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
Good. Randall's got the lead up to 9 now for the Knicks.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
LeBron kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Davis, and another basket for the Lakers.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Good.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Drummond a screen. Shot off the screen, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
All right, let's go.
Caldwell Pope's got 9.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Damian Lillard is a 2-time All-Star. He just keeps getting better and better, and I love his demeanor on the floor. He seems a lot older than he really is.
Yeah, he's got an old head, and he's got a very even-keeled disposition about him, which serves him well. He almost missed the All-Star game last season and was an injury replacement.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And for Lillard, that motivation. Remember, he got cut from Team USA a couple summers ago in favor of Derrick Rose and Kyrie Irving, and Lillard calls it wood on the fire. Those things keep him focused and also hungry.
Rose is checked in for New York. And the Lakers also making a change. Black's checked in. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. LeBron outside. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. James has got 13 points.
And remember, Lillard, the former Rookie of the Year, he's had his snubs, but also he's gotten some recognition. Even playing in the Pacific Northwest, he's got his own signature shoe now, and his star definitely on the rise.
Schroeder with the ball. Lillard picks him up. The dish to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside, and stolen by Lillard. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Randall, and that's going to be a travel. Lakers trail by 8. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Robert Sacre, he's checked in for the Lakers. Lillard, the pass to Robinson. Shot from 12. It's rebounded by Schroeder. The Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
New York calls timeout.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
The Lakers making a switch here. Pass is checked in.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Anthony against LeBron. Can he keep it going? Anthony with the block. And a fast break now for New York. Lillard with the ball. And he gets the bucket. And it's an 11-point Knicks lead. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for New York.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space. Getting out in transition every opportunity.
Lakers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Robert Sacre.
He's off on the first.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Nerlens Noel checks in for Julius Randle. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Lillard. Cook, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. There's 1:38 left to play here in the third. Pulls up, high post, and again it's New York.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Pass with a screen for LeBron. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Timeout.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with it.
Got a piece of it. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Sacre.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in the second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
Here's Schroeder. Good, and the assist goes to James. Schroeder's got 7 points.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Galloway kicks to Rose. But they'll get another chance. To the wing right side. 6-second difference between the shot and gameplay. Galloway, no good.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Elbow shot is on the way. Cook, good. Cook's got 9 points in the quarter.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Lots of room. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to 8. Again, the points coming from Sacre.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
On its way from Rowe. And it's in. Oh, he nails the buzzer beater.
Nice shots there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
And the final period of play just about to start. Lakers trail by 10, taking a look at the Lakers. Early out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Davis, and it's LeBron James, and it's Drummond in at the center position. Here's James, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists in the game. Three-pointer, Lillard. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
James kicks it over to Schroeder. Davis with a screen on Lillard. Now here's Randall. Here's Anthony, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Cook, and that one is hammered home.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in, and it looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
LeBron kicks it over to Schroeder. Feeds it to Early. Pass to James. To the paint. Layup off the pick. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Schroeder. Knicks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll.
Went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its head. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
That's as electric a finish as you're going to see.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Here's Cook, and it's denied. Here's Early. He feeds it to Schroeder. Drummond a screen. Schroeder with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Here's Early. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for New York. Here's Schroeder. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Anthony wants to get it to Randall and does. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Gets an open look and hits. Lillard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Now Schroeder. Inside, tries from 10. Good on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut back down to 10 points after they get the bucket from Anthony Davis. For New York, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. They want things to be easy on themselves here late. Make sure he has the ball.
The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Down low. Good on that shot. With that, the Knick lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from James.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Deep two from Anthony. Releases from the wing and drills it. Anthony's got 24 points. LA's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. LeBron dishes to Schroeder. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now, and Drummond throws it down.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
To the middle. Randall with the ball. And the miss, not the best shot selection there.
That's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Tries a 3. Good on the shot. And the Knicks lead by 14.
Knicks lead, 94-80.
Timeout called the Lakers.
They can't guard us.
They're losing by 14. 1:37 left to play in the final quarter.
Spacing.
.137 left here in the fourth quarter. LeBron against Anthony. The drive by James, and that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
From deep, and again, New York with the triple.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Knicks.
But their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Well, they were disciplined and focused, I thought, all game long, Kevin. Excellent defense around the rim.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for the eraser. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Davis playing very well. He has 9 points and several assists.
And how about Anthony Davis? Grew 7 inches in one summer back in high school. You know, people forget he was committed to go to Cleveland State to play point guard out of high school, but then because of that growth, ends up signing at Kentucky, and the rest is history. So, I mean, you look at that 215-pound frame his rookie season, now up over 240, and that's enabled him to dominate the game even more. And I think it'll also help him improve his health.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Tariq Black, he's checked in for the Lakers. And that one's good.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
New York's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Cook, good. Cook's got 34 points. And Davis admitted he might have stayed another season at Kentucky if he'd known how NBA players would go at him physically in his rookie season.
Yeah, they look to punish him, but he's put on the weight he needs to hold his ground now. He doesn't want to get too much bigger, though. Quickness is such a huge part of his game. Doesn't want to lose that.
Robinson goes in, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
They didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the rope, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
The kick out to Brown. Now the pass to Sacre. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Rudez. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's Cook. Can't connect from long distance. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Damian, certainly a nice game for you tonight. Tell us about how your approach to the game has developed and your role within this offense.
Well, there's a lot of pick and roll in the NBA right now. Scoring point guards that stay in attack mode and make the right plays are the most successful. And, that's what they want me to be. They want me to make plays and be aggressive offensively. And I'm most successful that way. And I think I thrived in it tonight.
You have the talent to do exactly that, Damian. Thank you, guys.
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.